I'm rethinking my life choices. So, as you can see from this title, today I'm going to read the Riverdale fanfiction I wrote 3 years ago. I've got my notebook that I wrote in. It says, "My A5 jotter don't want none unless you got puns on." Very dated, but you understand it. Back in the day, like 4 years ago when Riverdale first came out, I was a huge fan. Yes, I'm outing myself. I was a Riverdale fan. I am embarrassed because look what it's come to. Cults, people building rockets.
Sister Alice.
That is just one small storyline in the ever-changing craziness of Riverdale. I completely forgot that I actually did this until a couple weeks ago. At 2 AM, I remembered, and I thought I should make a video on this. And one thing when I went digging in my room to find this notebook, I found the back of this notebook, which was, oh, you can't see, it was my Bible study book, if you cannot see this title page. The front, fanfiction, the back, Jesus. I flicked through it like just a couple minutes ago, and it is 25 pages long. I remember not finishing it, but I don't know if I'm going to read all of it for this video because 25 pages is a lot. Also, my handwriting was very dodgy back in the day, so I don't know how well I'm going to read. Probably going to stutter a lot because, fun fact, I'm not the best reader out loud. I love reading like in my bed, in my head, but I cannot read out loud. Let's get into this business. Oh, also, I have Grey's Anatomy fan fiction in here. A little bit of Jolix. So, from what I remember, in my memories, it is about Veronica being put into an arranged marriage with Nick St. Clair and having to break up with Archie and everything. I was a huge Archie stan. I thought that being Bughead stan was basic, so I went for Archie and I loved him. So, like any person that loves their favourite couple, you break them up for entertainment. I remember being so proud of this fanfiction, which is really sad. This book used to be my diary. I ripped out the front pages so I can take it to school, showed it all to all my friends, made my family read it, and I'm just like, what was I thinking? Let's get into this and see how cringy this is, because you already know it's going to be cringy. A 13-year-old writing fan fiction, but how cringy is it? In brackets, I have a little disclaimer. Takes place near the middle of season 2, before Cheryl nearly got raped. Because yes, this person, Nick St. Clair, tried to date rape Cheryl. And in my 13-year-old mind, I thought that it wouldn't be problematic at all to get him with Veronica. So let's see. Veronica walked through the doors of her home to find her mother and father seated on the dining table, silent. "Hi guys, what's going on?" No reply. "Daddy, what's happening?" Oh my god. I wrote daddy because, as all of you probably know, Veronica says daddy too much.
Daddy invited me. Daddy, okay. Sure, Daddy. Daddy, be nice.
Not everyone.
Daddy.
Who's your daddy?
Stop it. Get some help.
After a few moments of silence, Hiram cleared his throat. "Ronnie, you know that in my job I work with some very dangerous people?" Veronica nodded. "I upset a very important family," he sighed. "The St. Clairs. You see, when it came out that I bought Southside High, the St. Clairs took it as an act of betrayal since they were making a lot of money out of the drugs they were selling there. So, ever since they found out, they've been killing my men." This sounds like a mafia drama. I don't know why I tried to make it into a mafia drama. Or is it mafia?
Mafia drama?
I am regretting it. It's still cringy. And a few days ago, they threatened to kill you and your mother. That took a turn. So today I had a meeting with them to see if I can cut a deal, and I did. Hiram paused, a tear dripping down his cheek. Hiram took a breath. The Sinclairs want you to marry their son, and I agreed. Veronica didn't move, lost in the space of her thoughts. This can't be right, she thought. After what felt like forever, Veronica finally spoke. How am I going to get married? I'm only 16. Oh, I'm 16, just realised that, but this drags into another conversation. The Riverdale characters are not 16. What they do is not what any 16-year-olds do. This is a rant for another time. I'll stop it there. If you want a video on my thoughts about it, just comment down below. I'll probably do it, because I'm interested. Veronica suddenly stopped. A tear drifted down her pale face. What about Archie? Hiram finally spoke. I'm sorry, Veronica, I never met... Dad, shut up, she screamed. I remember writing that line and thinking, with this delivery, Oscar please, Emmy please. This is way better than the show, I should be a writer. And to be honest, this storyline isn't that too crazy for Riverdale. I can see this happening. And with that, Veronica left her apartment, slamming the door behind her. Ding dong. Archie looked through the window, surprised to see that it was Veronica. He looked at his watch. 12:30. I wonder what she's doing here at this time. Archie moved towards the door and opened it for Veronica. She was a mess. Her face was tear-stained with mascara, eyes bloodshot and puffy. Ronnie, are you okay? With those words, Veronica broke out with a sob and tightly wrapped. Oh, I think water got onto this notebook because the whole last line is all smudged. So I'm going to guess what just they said. Arms tightly wrapped around Archie. He guided her inside and sat down on the couch. She sat down, looking at her shaky hands, trembling. She wanted to stay in Archie's arms forever. She knew that couldn't happen. She knew she had to tell him. Veronica, what happened? No reply. Well, I am actually surprised that right now he didn't decide to solve his problem by taking off his shirt. Because you know, in Riverdale, anytime there's a problem, Archie's top, shirt, or whatever he was wearing is the first thing to get off, showing those abs. After a while, her sobs stopped and she finally spoke. You're going to hate me when I tell you. Believe me, Veronica, I can never hate you. I love you. Can't believe I wrote this. I'm full of regret. My life is full of regret, and I'm 16 years old. Oh well, can't do anything about that. Time machines do not exist. Veronica sighed and finally faced him. I love you too. Are you ready to tell me what happened? Archie asked. Veronica nodded. A tear dropped down her cheek. I don't know why I keep on saying the same thing, tears dropping down the cheeks. It's very repetitive, but I am 13. I was not a qualified author, as you've probably figured out by watching this video. They threatened us, and the only way they wouldn't kill us is if I marry their son. End of chapter. Thoughts swarmed around in his brain, trying to process what Veronica just said. What do you mean? That's crazy. Only 16. How can your parents do this to you? Archie, it's not their fault. They were just scared. I don't know how Veronica just did a 180 from hating her parents to, liking them back again. But it's not very surprising. They do that in Riverdale all the time. This is what I was looking up to for my writing, so do not blame 13-year-old me. It is Riverdale's fault. Silence suffocated the air between them as Archie was still trying to discover a way to speak. Finally he sighed. What's going to happen to us? Archie questioned. More tears flowed down Veronica's face. I don't know, Archie, but... Veronica paused. But I do know that I love you, and that no matter what happens, we'll never change that. Aww. This is what I thought romance was as a 13-year-old girl. I love you too, Ronnie, Archie said. Veronica's crimson, puffy eyes moved to Archie. Moved from I'm confused. Moved from Archie onto his lips. What? That took a turn. That took a turn. Within seconds, Veronica and Archie's lips combined.
No! God, please, no! No!
Oh gosh. Oh my gosh. Trying to shield my face from this embarrassment. Let's just hope it was just a kiss. Archie bit on. I'm going to come back when I can actually read this without wanting to go back in time to my 13-year-old self and shoot her.
Many hours later.
You wonder what would compel a 13-year-old girl to write this. I say Riverdale. There's not one episode about a sex scene. I blame Riverdale. And a while ago, I think it's changed now, I wanted to watch Sex Education, so I typed up sex in the Netflix search bar. First thing that came up was Riverdale. I think they've changed it now, but and like 11 and 12-year-olds are still watching this. Riverdale is problematic. I should start a petition to end Riverdale. But let's go back to this dreadful fan fiction. Second by second, inch by inch, their bodies moved closer together. Oh my gosh. Veronica's hand made its way underneath his shirt and began to lift it over his head. I was right, there's no problem that happens that Archie cannot solve by taking off his shirt. Archie moved his hand on top of hers. Veronica, are you sure you want to do this? Veronica sat up. Archiekins, can I sleep here tonight? Okay, good. Good thing it did not go the way that I was expecting, the sex way, because that would be very concerning if a 13-year-old girl wrote a sex scene. Hello, it's me from the future again. So that bit was the last bit of the video because I actually read the whole fan fiction I wrote. Yes, the whole 25 pages, but the video was 55 minutes, and after editing I realised I could not cut this down because I will give you enough respect to not sit through 50 minutes of brain-numbing fan fiction I wrote at 13. Also, I'm going to come out and say this. I was not 13 when I wrote that, I was 14. I've known the whole video that I was 14, but I thought it would be more acceptable because that it was longer ago, but it was 2 years ago. I thought that saying I was 13 would make it less embarrassing, but it is still the same amount of embarrassing, whatever age you are, I'm pretty sure. So I'm coming out with the truth, I was 14. Also, an excuse for that horrible kissing scene that I just read. While editing, I actually had a memory pop into my brain and I remembered like getting to the bit before the sex scene and just being like, I don't know what to write. And I was in PSHE with my friends and I was talking to them like what would happen in the actual show, and they were all like sex, and I remember them just hyping me up, giving me ideas and me spewing it onto the page. I'm like a good 90% sure that was a joke and I wasn't meant to be serious while writing it, which was a fun thing for me to do with my friends. So not as concerning as I thought. Well, a little bit concerning, but not that concerning because I was not being serious. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thick thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more of my videos. Also turn on the post notification bell so every time I post you'll be notified and you'll see more of my beautiful lovely face. I post every single Sunday, so you will see more of my videos. Also follow me on Instagram. I have an Instagram account at Chloe_Shay to see more of my posts about my videos. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a lovely day. Bye bye.